They just come out here. They were not mentally prepared for this basketball game. And what happened is just a better team came out, and they had a little more intensity, a little more desire.
Gus, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say that this was the best game of the three so far. I said coming in to some people that I thought Seattle had a chance to win here today, but I also think that Washington has a chance to win Tuesday night in Seattle. I'm not convinced that this game demonstrates Seattle's superiority. I think these teams are really evenly matched.
I don't believe that the Washington guards are going to have as poor a performance as they had here this afternoon, and you could certainly look for them to break out of it. And I have to agree with you, Brent. I don't think that this indicates that Seattle is just going to go ahead and sweep this series.
Yeah, but this is just one game, you know, so like they have the upper hand here this afternoon.
Gus and Rick, thanks go to our producer, Chuck Milton, director, Sandy Grossman. Here's Dandridge. They've got to score in a hurry. Greavy's got it back, came right back with the shot. Dennis Johnson out there on the foul. Lenny Wilkens is still up screaming. Well, if we were still giving individual MVP awards, there is no question in my mind but that Gus, Rick, and Brent would be voting for one Dennis Johnson.
Concurred.
I agree.
In fact, a lot of folks have asked me about why we haven't been giving the MVPs, and of course, Chevrolet picked as Player of the Year in George Gervin, so we have not been picking individual most valuable players during the championship series.
We also have a special award for the most valuable player throughout the championship series at the end of it.
Who would you vote for right now? Who do you think the leader is, Rick and Gus?
It would depend upon who won the series.
92-88, defense critical right here. Silas goes to John Johnson. Now they can wind the clock down in the attack court. They spread them in. Dennis Johnson with the dribble. Back to Silas. Play was stopped by Vanek.
What happened? They took an intentional foul way out on the floor. Wes Unseld threw Marvin Webster about 20 feet.
They're going to take one.
They just ran it right into the backcourt.
There is one of the highest class individuals in the National Basketball Association, Wes Unseld. You talk to opponents and teammates, and boy, they really respect that guy.
These free throws are very important, and Marvin's been known to miss in certain situations. And there's one he didn't get in there. It's only a 4-point game with 19 seconds to go. If he were to miss and Washington gets down and scores it quickly, and there's a turnover, it's a big free throw right here.
93-88, the last 19 seconds begin. Hayes. Greavy went down, so too did Fred Brown. There are 12 seconds left. It's a 3-point game, and a quick steal would really apply the pressure right here.
I'm surprised right now we don't have a timeout by Seattle. Get the ball in half court. Here's the play here. Pass off the E. You see Paul Silas wisely get out of the way. He doesn't want to get the 3-point play.
Instead, Lenny Wilkens will go to the ball handler, Gus Williams. He'll send him in right now. And of course,
I don't think he can get in the game now. It's not a foul, or it's not a timeout.
You're right,
ref just stopped the play to clean up the floor.
Couldn't get him in. Johnson double team, dribbles free, knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Seattle. 9 seconds.
Again, I'm still wondering why, if there was a timeout left for Seattle, they did not take the ball out at half court with the timeout. You're in very vulnerable situation back there in the back court. That's what happened to Washington against Philadelphia in that one game with 9 seconds to go with 4-point lead.
They're still going to be in the backcourt.
He's got 3 guards in there now. Took Webster out.
9 seconds. Williams Henderson's got it out of bounds. It'll go to Seattle. Play took 1 second.
That was some gamble that time by Seattle. I don't understand what they're doing. They had a man wide open here at half court, and yet they elected to make the tough pass going for a basket. Surprising.
The continence of youth, Barry. Henderson on the steal. 5 seconds. Henderson to the layup. It's 93-92 in 3 seconds, and here's Freddie Brown. Hold it, he stepped over the line. Ball goes to Washington. They stepped over the line on the inbounds pass. Washington can win it.
Hey, Brent, I'll tell you what, there's the replay right there. I don't know where anybody stepped on the baseline. We got that replay again. I sure would like to see it.
I would too, Rick.
2 seconds to go. The Bullets can win it.
There's another angle. Now let's keep an eye on it. Here's Henderson. Fred Brown wisely moves away. Now Paul Silas will come inbounds. Watch him right here. Throws it in. He is nowhere near the baseline. That is a terrible call.
Referees are over there at the table.
I don't know if the call was stepping on the baseline, Brent. Paul Silas was nowhere near the baseline. You can see it yourself.
Lenny Wilkins is up there.
Went from 2 seconds back to 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
They gave him an additional second.
Explanation there. Early Strom, the ball was thrown in. 1 second went off the clock before he heard the whistle, so they're going to get back to 3. But it still does not deter the fact that that was a horrible call. Paul Silas is nowhere near the baseline, and the Bullets have gotten a gift. Whether they can capitalize on it or not remains to be seen.
The clock will not start till it's touched. Washington can win it. Dandridge with the shot. In and out. Silas takes it down. It's over. Seattle has won. 93-92. Dandridge's shot was in the hoop momentarily and spun back out, and Paul Silas did not give anyone a chance to tap it back up. Seattle has split on the road here in Landover, Maryland. What an ending to that ball game. Take a look at it here again.
Pass goes into Bobby Dandridge. He gets wide open, gets a good look at the basket. They're battling under the boards. You see Hayes and Unseld. They got inside. Elvin almost touched the ball to get offensive goaltending. It was not to be for the Washington Bullets, and they really got a break that time because they shouldn't even have had that last shot
At all.
Well, I'll tell you, Gus and Rick, this was by far the best of the 3 games from beginning to end that had that intensity.
I loved it. It was super. I think this is an indication of what is to come in the remaining ball games. And as you pointed out, Brent and Gus, this does not mean that Seattle has it wrapped up.
No, it certainly doesn't.
No.
You go back out there now to the Kingdom, and Gus, what do you think? Do you think they'll have as big an edge there? I know there's a lot of fans, but it's a strange place to be shooting in.
Brent, I don't think that Seattle have a home court advantage for the simple fact is that it's a neutral court, really. They are going to another place to play their basketball game as well as the Bullets, but I think the Bullets will stand a better chance at the Dome.
Well, I really don't think it's going to be that much of a factor, Brent, mainly because in our championship year in '75, we played at the Oakland Coliseum, and we played all of our games at the Cow Palace where we had never played a basketball game before, and it really didn't make any difference. They're going to have 45,000 people yelling for them out there, pal, and that's a heck of an incentive.
45,000. I did have an opportunity in New York to check with the football coach of the Seahawks, and he said, Brent, I don't know what kind of sound they will get out there. Sometimes you can get a few people out there rattling around. It won't cascade down on top of you like it does at the Seattle Center Coliseum.
Gus, they've got their court and their baskets, right? And their balls. I mean,
Here I am looking for a reason for Washington to go out there and even it up.
Hey,
and you take
they're going to be tough because they really want to win. They know that they didn't play well. They're ready to go.
All right, great game all over. For Gus Johnson and Rick Barry, I'm Brent Musburger saying so long from Landover, Maryland, with a reminder, be with us Tuesday night, 9 o'clock in the East, 6 o'clock along the Pacific Network for Game 4 of this sensational championship series. So long, everybody. The NBA on CBS is a production of CBS Sports.